Nice. or should that be nice?
Very English joke there.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. No,
It's not you start it.
it's not, is it?
Hi everyone, my name's James Ivey
I'm Paul Drew.
from the Studio Rats.
Yes, what the hell is this?
On the eternal quest for tone,
Yep.
Hey,
Can you quieten it down a little bit, first of all?
I'm sorry.
Better.
On the eternal quest for tone and our capture marathon, it's a marathon, not a sprint, isn't it? This came up on a well-known online auction site, and I think it is a thing of beauty.
Pretty special, isn't it?
This is a Bogner Helios Eclipse, 100 watts of German valve gorgeousness.
German valve mayhem. This thing I've never heard, and I said this a few times. With the last
You've
few
done this
amps,
recently.
yeah. With the last few amps that I've had in, I've never heard like this amount of gain, and it's always been ever since I can't remember what amp it was. Probably the Bogner ECSTASY.
Yep.
Never heard that amount of gain on an amp, and then the Mezzababa came in.
Yep.
Never heard that amount of gain on the amp. Now this has come in.
Well, the Soldano and this.
The Soldano hasn't got anywhere near amount of gain as that, but we'll talk about the Soldano. We haven't done I haven't done the Soldano video yet, so I need to do that. Anyway.
The daft thing about this is even the Bogner website doesn't seem to exist at the minute, which is
It's a bit weird, isn't
very
it?
strange.
And anyway, we're doing too much talking, not enough
Yeah.
plans. So let's get on with it.
But this thing, even like the Guitar website says, this thing has 11 gain and more. This thing has more gain than humanity itself.
It's ridiculous.
It is a 3-channel amplifier, 100 glorious watts, and as Paul also showed me, it's 3 channels and a boost, which is very, very cool, or it can be.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. There's a lot going on dip switch wise down here. We have channel 1, and I think, if I'm totally honest, channel 1 is a complete afterthought. The pot doesn't match, it's the wrong size, it's directly underneath. It's a bit weird, but it sounds like this. Hang on. People are going to say, hang on, he's changed his guitar.
It happens. Someone did that. A few people have done that in the last video, actually, because I think, if you're demonstrating clean tones, I think it's nice to have some single causes. Well, that's nice instantly. That's really nice, actually, considering it does look like a bit of an afterthought.
Yeah. You do have a 3-way kind of tone selector thing. We've got N, which I'm assuming is normal. Then
Right.
you've got B and S. So N, B.
That is glorious.
It is lovely, isn't it? It doesn't share the EQ tone stack. It is completely separate in its own thing.
He is a bit of a genius. I mean, he's to come up with, because it does seem like what he's done is he's gone right. What's the most gain amplifier that we can make? Mm-hmm. Let's put a clean channel on it.
Yeah.
But let's make it sound really good.
Yeah. Now, the Helios is an amp in its own right. This is the Helios Eclipse, which is kind of the hybrid between I suppose, like a 3-channel totally usable amp, which the Helios is. One trick pony is a dirty phrase, but you know what I mean. It does a thing.
I've never tried one, but
Whereas when we kick into channel 2 and 3 share the same EQ stack, but we've got some different switching options. Each channel has a pre-EQ circuit.
like the ecstasy.
Yeah, so you've got B2N, which I'm assuming is normal, and B1, which I think are between plexis and other stuff, the inputs and stuff.
No one gives a monkey's arse. Push channel 2 and let's hear it. That to me sounds like an over-modded plexi. I mean, when I say over, I mean in a nice way.
Yeah, so you've got 3 gain settings for each of the drive channels. So you have hot, then we have, so this is hot. We have 80s, which is supposed to be a Marshall-esque tone.
Let me go and get Les Paul. Put it on channel 1.
Hot. '80s. And Eclipse.
There's a really funny nasal quality about it that I really don't like.
Right.
About the Eclipse. But it's very... Can you bring the gain down on that and keep it on the Eclipse?
On Eclipse.
Yeah, bring the gain down.
I mean, the gain is already at 11 o'clock. It's already well down. I'll keep going.
See, it's very much that sort of modern metal sort of tone. It's got that very focused mid-range that I'm not a fan of. But here it's like it's a bit weird.
So if we go into hot
Yeah.
for channel 2.
Yeah. Modded Marshall's great. Nice.
Now, unlike something like the Friedman BE50 Deluxe, which I've got, channel 2 and 3 are the same, but you can set them differently.
Right.
Channel 3 is a slight variation on the circuit, and you then get Eclipse Plus. So,
Well, Eclipse was already too much gain for me. But
you ready for this?
yeah, go on.
So, hot. '80.
Sounds better on this channel.
It does, yeah, I agree. And then you have Eclipse Plus.
Way too much gain.
But that's only on about 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Okay,
I'm going through.
crank up the gain. Let's see if we can get out of it.
Right, ready?
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Too much.
it's ridiculous. It's just like there's no there's nothing.
No.
There's nothing. Go on, switch it back on.
I've
See what we can do.
turned the gain down now, so it's better.
There we go. Okay, go on.
You're right. I think 80s on this channel
Yeah.
is where I want it to be.
That's great.
So
Nice.
actually clean. Hot. And 80. And then if Lee walked in, he'd just walk in, plug in and switch it onto Eclipse Plus and he'd be doing his thing.
Mr. Abraham is a wrong one.
The other cool thing is, and you've just taught me this, you can use the effects loop return as a boost.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. So you've actually got effectively 3 channels and a boost.
Nice.
Really, really handy.
Great amp.
Brilliant amp.
Really versatile. I mean, do you know what I think my favourite thing about it is?
What's that?
And I'm a bit of a traditionalist,
You certainly are.
but I don't like that modern look of the amps.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, personally, the look of the Bogner Ecstasy that I had with the metal grille on that, and I know you can change it and all that, and that's good. And the Mezza Barber with those metal grills to make it look uber metal.
Yep. How are you spelling Uber?
With the
umlauts, yeah.
Well, it looks classy.
Yeah.
And the artwork on, what Reinhold Bogner does with his
Graphics and the lithography.
or whatever.
That thing.
It does do such a lovely job on it.
And it's harking back to its roots, isn't it? It basically says, we know where we came from, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And its styling and the piping and the Tolex and everything. It's lovely.
It's a
but
lovely thing.
it is a beautiful thing, and this is one. I don't think this particular model was on my wish list,
Right.
but I can think of other amps that will be going before this one does.
Oh yeah, I mean this is the new Steve Lukather amp anyway, isn't it? This one that the Lukather's using.
That's interesting. That's because we have been known to like him, his guitar stylings.
We only wish we could play like it.
Yes, indeed.
So the capture pack is available on the studiorex.net, and also it will be available on ToneNet. But as always, instead of capture packs, if you get the chance to try one of these out for real, it's an experience.
There's a lot of gain going on there.
Yeah.
I will say that in doing the captures, sometimes you go, oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
When you get to do the A/B stage of the comparison, I was like, oh, that's really, really close.
Interesting.
And I think sometimes it's down to the topography of the amp and the way they actually function. I don't think this is, and there are plenty of people out there who will probably correct me, it's not a complicated amp. It's doing what amps need to do. It goes, rah, and rips your face off with distortion.
I think that's a complicated amp.
I don't know, but I mean, it just sounds raw, and it's got all the things I love about Marshalls and big amps. But, there's about 10 different amps in there, effectively. Yeah, no, it's very, very cool.
It's a really good amp. Anyway, if you've got something out this, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul.
I'm James.
And we'll see you next time.